Hi, I'm Seth Fineberg, Managing Editor of AccountingWEB, here on day 2 of the Scaling New Heights Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. Lots of bookkeepers and accountants here, all sort of looking for some direction, figuring out what's new in the app arena. I am very fortunate to have next to me Mr. Randy Johnston of K2. Randy, thank you for coming by the booth.
Very pleased to do it, Seth, and glad you asked me to stop in for a minute.
So, we were asking people who come by specifically, related to our Realities of the Automated Practice initiative, what you believe, honestly, is the biggest blockers to automation in vis-a-vis the profession right now?
Well, Seth, I think it's fairly straightforward. The accountants and bookkeepers are looking for complete solutions for their clients. The expectation from the vendors has been separate building blocks. So now we have to try to piece together those solutions, and it's difficult to do for a lot of people. So this ability to get everything done is a big deal. And part of the issue, frankly, has been not quite enough automation. So there's still too many manual processes. There's not enough of it. And so, when we think about automation, there's much promise about what's to come, but there's some simple problems still not well solved today. And I think sometimes we're going to try to solve a too complex problem when we could solve a simpler problem first.
Any particular solution that you could recommend? What needs to happen?
Well, there's a couple of different friction points that can be overcome pretty easily. One of those, my colleague Brian Tankersley, who's talked about digital plumbing. He's the guy that's coined that phrase. Yeah, and there's software tools that make those connections possible. The Zapiers, the OneSasses, and so forth, but there's not enough of those tools. And frankly, unless you're a programmer type or willing to dig into the technology, it's still a little too hard to use. Number 2 is the ability to get security authenticated correctly and be able to do single sign-on and multi-factor authentication, all those type of things. Those need to be done really easily. And we saw here first the Cloud Runner product that's just on the verge of getting that to work the way it probably should. So we need more tools like that. And frankly, most people are not doing enough multi-factor. They're not doing enough about security.
Randy, thank you for coming by.
Pleased to do it.